Alright guys, welcome to my video. My name is Javier Paz. I am a second semester medical student at UAG, and I'm going to be making a video on the pros and cons of choosing UAG as your medical school. Okay, so let's get started. With the pros. The first and most important good thing about UAG is that it allows you to practice in the US as a medical doctor. Okay, so the way it works once you go to UAG is that you do 2 years of like your theory and stuff like that to get ready for step one, and after that, your third and fourth year you do rotations in the United States or in Mexico if you want to, but most people choose the US to do rotations. So after you finish your fourth year, you will graduate with the title of International Medical Graduate. It's abbreviated as IMG. So once you finish this, you're allowed to, if you took your two steps, step one and step two, you're allowed to apply for residency in the US. So moving on to the second point is that choosing UAG is relatively an affordable option. It's about the price of an in-state medical school, so it's not too bad. But where you can really save some bucks is whenever you're paying your housing and your bills and your meals. Everything in Mexico is relatively cheaper than the US. So it's really nice. Comparing it to some of the international medical schools that I know of in the Caribbean, I know they often finish their medical career with a big debt. I know the average for a Caribbean student is it's really close to the $400,000, which I think it's a lot. I think in UAG you will finish with about $220,000 in debt, which is a little bit higher than the average US medical student debt. So moving on to my third point is that Guadalajara is a beautiful city. It has amazing weather, it has amazing shopping malls, amazing outdoors activities. Everything is really good about it. It has really good food, it has movie theaters, it has everything that you can think of. It's in the city and it's really nice. People are really nice too. And overall, my experience in UAG has been really good so far. My last pro is that UAG has really big class diversity. We have students from Puerto Rico, from Mexico, and from the US, of course. I have friends from California, from Florida, from Texas, from New York. People come from all over the place to go to UAG. So it's really good. It's a really supportive environment. Everybody wants to succeed and wants to become medical doctors, so everybody's helping each other out and everybody's really friendly, and overall it's just really nice. Okay, so moving on to the cons. So the biggest con is that being an international medical graduate does put you at a disadvantage to apply for residency and being a competitive residency applicant. So in order to compensate for this, you do need to get higher step scores. I think on average is about 3 to 4 points higher in order to be competitive in specific residencies. So that's one of the biggest disadvantages of going to UAG. The second con, which is not that big, but I think it's worth mentioning, is that since you're going to school in Mexico and it's an international school, you do need to apply for a student visa. And this is just a very annoying process. You need to go to the offices in the consulate, and you need to be in line for a couple of hours. But once you're done with that, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And I believe you do this process once a year, so it's not too bad. And a very important point is that you do need to know to a certain degree how to speak Spanish. I know this is kind of misinformed when you apply to school. I think they say it's not required but recommended, something like that. So when you go to class, everything's going to be in English. All the professors are English spoken, so in school you don't have to worry about not being able to speak Spanish. But where Spanish really comes in is where you see patients, in a clinical setting or any form of situation where you're going to be with a patient, because you're in Mexico and patients are going to speak Spanish and they're going to speak no English at all. So you need to be able to communicate efficiently with them. In order to do this, you need to speak at least the basics of Spanish, just enough to get by. It's perfect. And if you don't speak Spanish right now, you're thinking of applying to UAG, don't be discouraged. You can pick it up relatively fast, and it's as I said before, you don't need to be a master at Spanish. Like, just the bare minimum will be enough. Okay, so that's gonna wrap up my pros and cons video of UAG. I will be making more videos about information that I think UAG applicants should be aware of, and I'm also going to be making videos of my medical journey with UAG, and then once I go to rotations and residency and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.